Hey guys, this is Joshua. Today we're talking about meeting with CEOs. Stay tuned to the end of the episode because we have something special for you.
We are talking about the big old whopper of meeting with CEOs.
Nice. Yeah, it freaks me out just talking about it right now. The big dogs.
Well, these are the people that get the big bucks. These are the people that are essentially running the company that the stockholders are always looking after. So, really, there's always this whole mindset around sales guys. It's like whether you're a low, I don't. Let's say whether you're a sales guy that just started or a sales guy's been in the industry for a long time. People are always trying to give good tips on how to meet with them because they're always thinking that they're intimidating.
Yeah.
So that's really the first thing I'd always try to start off with is that if you're going to meet with a CEO, which I always encourage, whether it's a CFO, CEO, COO, any C-level person, I always encourage to do with any client or any prospect because that is the person that if they endorse you, you're going to have a more solid relationship and you're also going to be able to provide more value for that client. You're going to be more of a consultant rather than just a salesperson selling a product or service.
So you mentioned don't be intimidated. Do you have any little internal mental hacks? You kind of pump yourself up? Do you got a hype song or something?
Really, the best way to put it for not being intimidated is when you go in the office, don't think of trying to be their friend. Don't think that you're going to, try to win them over with your charm. CEOs are CEOs for a reason. They're business oriented. They want to get stuff done. They want to make money and they want to save money. So if you have that in mind, you're just speaking almost a different language. But just don't overhype it up. So the biggest thing I do is this isn't that big of a deal. If you're speaking, gonna go to Africa and you want to speak their language to blend in, then you do that with CEOs the same way. So just don't be intimidated. Just literally, I don't have a song that I listen to. I don't kind of do this jump up, pump up thing, where I'm like, oh, I can do it. It's more or less it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal. Just get that across your mind. So biggest thing is to start off with, before you even walk by a CEO or anything, is that he's another guy. He has a wife, he has kids. He's probably started out where you were at some point, and he's just a little bit older and has different credentials. So don't be intimidated.
Yeah. That's good. So what are some other things that you do when you're talking to CEOs? Because this is actually one of the things that I remember you were telling me out of school, you started doing sales at this company that your family operates, and you were going for big dogs right out of the gate. You're like, I'm not messing around with the little guys.
Learn.
I'm going for the CEO, and you did it. You started knocking down doors left and right. So I'm curious to get inside of your head so we can get it out into the world and help these other independent office supply dealers, their young sales guys, do the same because it's more fun. You know what I mean? It's a lot more fun.
It is. To be honest with you, CEOs, if you go in there and they know you're not trying just to push a new product or push something like that, but you're trying just to listen to them, they like your energy. They like the young energy, or even if it's not young energy, if it's just energy in general, that if you're excited, you're motivated, they're like, I like this.
Yeah.
That is appealing to them. They don't see that. They have people that just show up and throw up all the time. They just want to the point, and they want somebody that's just, like I said, that's excited about doing business with them. So they crave that because they deal with boring people all day long. So, like I said earlier, avoid casual small talk. Don't go inside and be in their office and say, oh, he's a fisher, he does golf. Obviously he's a fishing guy, and obviously he plays golf. He doesn't want to talk about it right now because he's not playing golf, he's not fishing. So leave that to the table.
And he's busier than you are. You know
Hands
what I mean?
down.
That's what I keep in my head.
Down.
He's busier than me, so I need to be.
You want to keep it short and sweet, and you want them to remember at least. The biggest thing with talking with CEOs is having them at least remember one thing that you talked about. That literally is a success right there. Something that'll stick in their mind. Mm-hmm. So rather than going in there and just, like I said, the show up, throw up thing, ask questions. Get them to talk a little bit. So you know what? Hey, Mr. CEO. Obviously you're gonna try to be more casual with it, but whatever the situation is, hey, what are some pain points that you deal with every day, whether it's, for instance, commercial supplies, do you guys have issues, with creating too many POs that cost too much money? Just try to have them, don't actually ask the questions, just more or less try to have them start talking. The more they start talking, the more they start thinking, the more they start thinking, oh yeah, I'm always dealing with this, and then boom, you just gained 5, 6, 7 pieces of different talking points that's directly correlated to what they deal with on a daily basis.
And one of the things I do, I consistently ask is, what else? Tell me more. because you start to drill deeper and deeper and deeper, and you start to see their pain points. And if you're asking it in a particular way and perspective, so if you're asking about office supplies, oh, I'm really frustrated about paper because it costs me a lot of money, or what else? Tell me more. What is it about it? So you can position yourself as that all-encompassing, godlike solution that they can't say no to.
Exactly, and that's what he was just saying too. Is that be quick to listen and slow to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Think about your answer before think about what they just said before thinking about your answer. Really, just give it a second. It'll be more valuable.
Absolutely.
So one other thing I want to bring up though also is be the one also to end the meeting. Mm-hmm. Don't have them in the meeting. Don't have them say, "I'm sorry, I have another meeting in 5 minutes." If you think
the worst.
It is, because you're just showing them that you respect their time,
yep.
and that this is also telling them that you don't think that's the last time you're going to be talking to them. So if you're in there and they got a couple main points across the board that they got, then just say, "Hey, you know what? I respect that you're a very busy person. We can follow up and talk about this more later. Thank you for your time." Always be the one to end the meeting, and always, if possible, at least say, "Hey, by the way, can I email you, and can we try to talk again in a couple weeks?" Try to always get some type of engagement that you're going to either talk, email, or meet with them again.
Right. So I want to share this real quick. Mark Hunter of thesaleshunter.com. He has a really cool website and blog just about sales tips. He has a few things that he recommends when meeting with the CEO. So first and foremost, he says that before a meeting, if it's a week away, set up some Google alerts. They're free. You can get them just type in Google alerts and just put the name of the CEO, his company, and that way you can just automatically get updated on reoccurring or just recent events that's happening in his world to be relevant in conversation. Another thing that you can do if the company's publicly traded is look up their quarterly filings, and just to get a depth of like what's the company's tone and culture, what's that all about.
And one thing on this, what he's saying is that most likely you won't even be talking about any of this information that you're researching, but it's more or less if a question comes up or if something happens to be brought up that's relevant to these stats, you know about them.
And you're not going to be caught with your pants down.
Correct.
You know what I mean? You want to benchmark the company with their major competitors to get a feel for where they stand in the market. You also want to identify strategic objectives on which the company is working. So again, you're relevant to where they're headed. An organization loves it when you know where they're headed. You can feel like a partner with them to achieve their goals.
And relevant to that point really quick is that, let's say you're doing commercial furniture. So you just say, "Hey, I understand that you guys are growing rapidly right now and that you're looking at opening up a new location in Florida. I can ship commercial furniture, design it, and get it set up in 2 months if you guys need me to. And on an ongoing basis, I can service any of your locations across the states." Boom, you just solved one of his pain points.
And it might not be even a pain point that he's thinking about yet, but
Correct.
You're preemptively striking on him, and that shows that you're the guy to work with.
The biggest thing in sales that I would like to get across, and I'm going to continue to reiterate this, is that try to always think of yourself, think of yourself as a consultant and a problem solver.
That's right.
Not in sales.
That's right, and give education. Another thing that Mark says is monitor the news. We kind of went over that with the Google alerts, but again, I think his points are just saying understand the company where it sits and understand the CEO. One thing that I want to add to that, and it's really easy to do, is understand their social media. It's so easy to access. They're broadcasting on all these social channels. Just look over them. Take 5 minutes to look over them. What's important to them? The more that you can show that you care about them, I think that the more likely that you're the guy for the job, and they want to work with someone who really is intentional about that. And again, I think the last 10, 20 years, people have been used to salespeople being cold and not human, and I think that's one of the things that we do really well is we genuinely care about people, and we show that by going a second mile, and when we close deals. So.
And remember, CEOs like to have fun too. They like to drink a beer every once in a while, like to kick their feet up. They like to enjoy themselves. So don't do cheesy stuff to make them laugh, but if there's opportunity to have some fun and have a fun day, fun point in their day, do it. Business is fun. It's not all serious. It's not all, cold faces, wear ties, and don't move. It's fun. Make it fun.
It's a lifestyle thing. So, all right. Well, these people are busy, James. They got to get out there. Got to get sales. Got to make.
They're going to meet some CEOs.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. All right. So this is Josh.
This is Jamin.
And we'll see you next time.
Take care.